Hello, my name is Brandy Hofer, your host of the Color Me Happy podcast. I am so glad you're here. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. If you want more weekly content just like this, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We cannot wait for you to be a part of our community here, and you can join our free community on Facebook. It is about empowering your community through your creativity, and we want you to be there. I am Brandy. I am a Canadian artist, author, mother, and educator, obviously podcaster, because I'm here chatting with you right now. We talk about on the podcast everything from scaling your business from 0 to 6 figures, motherhood, lots of women's health, very unfiltered conversations there. We have on some extremely amazing guests. I don't even know how I talked to them really, but they said yes. And we want to talk about we want to empower you. We want to talk about those things. We want to empower you to reach out to people who you never thought you'd talk to, ask for opportunities that you never thought you'd get, because we want you to see your everyday as extraordinary, just as we have. We shifted from being like this ho-hum kind of victim complaining kind of person with terrible money mindset, really bad, hiding like money mindset books under my, like waddling around pregnant, hiding my mindset book, money mindset book, being ashamed of wanting money. But the thing about that is that if you want to grow, if you want to expand, if you want the life that you live, that's one of the things you need that will help you along your way. And then you'll inspire others to do the same. It'll be a really cool journey. So come along with us, and we cannot wait. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on Instagram at Brandy Hofer Studios anytime. I'm happy to chat. That's where I sit. And I'm so glad you're here, and I cannot wait for you to dive in. So give us a like and subscribe. Hello, welcome to Color Me Happy podcast. My name is Brandy Hofer, as you probably know. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm really excited for you to tune in to this episode with Carina Johanna. Johanna? Close. She is in New Zealand, very talented, creative, who is growing her career. She has studying work, and we talk about that. We talk about growth in particular, actually, growth as creatives and what that looks like and what that energy looks like, which is a great thing to step into, because Carina said partway through the podcast, she doesn't always feel like she can, have these prices for her artwork, or she's worthy of being paid. So we really dive into that in this episode, and I think you'll love that a lot, and you'll be able to connect with it. So, and then I talk about how to do that. So it's really great. We also talk about affiliate programming and another piece of your pie. If you have taken any of our classes, so I'm very excited that is launching and that is growing. Because I have a really big goal with it this year, because I think it's just spreading joy and magic and love, and it's my way of like growing too. Like obviously when people sell my class, I get to grow, but then I also get to support other creatives. So it's like this giant win-win. And it feels so good. So I'm super pumped about that. If you aren't able to take our classes, or get an artwork or a print that you love, another way to support us is like and subscribe on YouTube at Color Me Happy, Brandy Hofer Studios. Like any post, share our posts, or like our podcast on the platform, and leave a nice review somewhere. I appreciate that. I totally believe in any energy, good energy, because we all have the bad energy. It's whether we choose to use it or not. And honestly, I talk about that in my book a lot, is that you just choose not to be an asshat, and your day will go better. It is a choice. Trust me, I had like serious road rage, and now instead I just give a really big smile and a wave, and honestly, it's still so hard. But it feels better. And like, I remember the instances where like I still remember like years and years and years of like being such a jerk, and I don't remember any of the times where I like gave a smile and wave, because I chose how to come out of that situation. So we have choices every day, the person we want to be, and you will attract other people who want to dance through life with you and be your partner. Oh my gosh, okay. I gotta go. I've got a dinner party coming. My kids are gonna be home any freaking second, and I have not cleaned up. But I like being here with you, so win-win. Artist and mom thing. I love just that.
Yes, it's quite the balance, isn't it?
Yeah. You're in New Zealand, right?
Yes, yeah. We're in the Coromandel in New Zealand, in a beach town, which is we're very lucky to be here. So it's very inspirational.
Are you from there then?
No, I'm originally from West Auckland. So yeah, a little bit, not this area, but yeah. So always been in New Zealand, born here, and then I actually moved to Australia with my family when I was 10, and then returned back home when I was, I think it was 19, on my own, and this is my home, and so needed to come back. Yeah.
So you're a member, like you are in the Milan Institute 1-year program, or you just graduated from it?
That's right. Yeah. Amazing course.
Yeah, they do. They fit a lot into 1 year, which is the idea.
Yeah.
Right?
It took me probably 2 years, maybe just over, to finish it. But it was amazing. Like, it's changed how I create so much and just my skill level. But I completely changed styles. Like, before that, I was doing like realism, like hyperrealism work with just like these plain backgrounds. And I was not liking it. Like, I was confused because I was drawn to create, but I didn't enjoy it, which was weird. And I didn't understand that, because I thought like something that you're passionate about or that you are drawn to do is supposed to light you up, but it wasn't. And so I didn't understand why, and so I kind of stopped painting for a while. And then I just was looking on Pinterest and seeing all these amazing artists that were doing these really beautiful, colorful, expressive artworks, and I was like, man, why can't I do that? I just didn't think it was for me. And then I found the Milan Art and just watched some of their like workshops and stuff, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, just give it a go. And then here I am.
Yeah, no, that's great. For some reason, not for some reason, I went on their their Tuesday program where they have like a live something. I don't know. I met Jake and Demetra, and like they had me on, and then they had me do some stuff on their like in their community and stuff, and then they paid me for the mural course, but I don't think they released it. Which is fine. Jake's like, we'll take it unedited. I was like, dude, it's like 20 hours of content. I'm like, are you sure? So I think they probably have that like whole like, that looks hard to edit. Anyway, so I don't know what happened. That's okay. They've got like a lot of great things going on, and we've got a lot of students coming over, and I don't know if it's my artistic style or what. How did you hear about me? I'm curious.
I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I found you through the Instagram avenue and was drawn to your mark making. Coming from, that hyperrealism, I really struggle to be free and to like just...
For sure.
Yeah, So it's like unchaining this like tiny detailed kind of work to this more expressive. And I have one of your prints up on my wall for inspiration. And I really struggle to just do a scribble.
Just make your kids do the background.
Yeah.
That will loosen you up big time.
Yeah.
I was always pretty an expressionist. And then once I started letting my kids in the studio, I had to really let go.
Yeah.
like, because they would like paint over lips and eyes, and I was like, how am I going to bring that back? And so you create these new avenues in your brain and pathways because you're learning and growing and evolving, doing this, like taking yourself through this creative process, but like kind of in this freeing, empowering way that is like cool to combine motherhood and the two. And it's pretty cool, although it doesn't lend its way. I got out of oils because like having oils in the studio with little kids is like a nightmare, a literal nightmare. Like they would put their hands in it and I'd be like, no. So
oils are
yeah. Yeah, they're still pretty much packed away. I do love the vibrant quality of oils. Like I love the Gamblin, like is it the Vibrant series or something? Like I just like love those. And I use them a lot in my like self-love collection, which was like a departure for a second from my children. I was like, I just need to like, I'm feeling like very womanly and I need to make my own figurative series. And so that was fun. But yeah, I love your work. I can see in your work like your hyperfixation on like getting things in a really nice way. Like they're loose, but they're also like perfect.
Yeah, you can see my internal struggle.
So
I try to create these expressive backgrounds, but the drawings in there first, and then I'm like trying to be expressive around the drawing so I don't lose the drawing.
Yeah, totally. And then it's a balance, and you kind of like go between making both like the negative space and then the form working together and like pulling. So it's not like that's the whole thing. It's like a kind of a cool dance, right?
Yeah.
So you saw me on Instagram and then you decided to take the portrait class, which is that how?
It was a little I was following you for quite a little while before I went, and because you had the spring sale, I was like, oh yes, this is my chance. I'm gonna get in there and do. And so I did. I first did the large portrait scale class, and then I loved that. So then I went and did the small scale portrait class. I struggle with portraits like a lot. I haven't done too many.
You're hiding it really well.
Oh, thank you. It's not my strong point, but I do want to, like learn and not
honestly, the more you do it, it's just the better it gets with anything. And I think showing up like for portraits, I remember seeing on Andrew Salgado's work in like early 2000s ish. No, that's when I graduated. Hold on. No. 2011 or 12. And I was like, it was on Saatchi because there was no social media really yet. Like, well, Facebook was there. And anyway, I was just like, I gotta up my game. And I just started showing up every day. I as soon as Gus went to bed, I was like in the studio all night, and I was like, I have to get better. And it helped showing up daily. I think that's the best way to get improve at anything, even if it's 15 minutes. What's your routine like?
So I have about 4.5 hours a day when my daughter's at kindy, and then I'll do maybe 3 nights a week just till like from like 7 till whenever I feel like I'm done. So and
that's a lot of time.
I try and get it in. My husband's really supportive, so he like on the weekends he'll help give me a couple of hours here and there to get in the studio, which is very helpful.
Everyone's happier when they have like me time and creative time, right?
Yeah.
So you actually took the portrait class, did some work, and then they all sold.
Yeah, I've got one that hasn't sold now, the latest one, the Asian girl with the flowers. So she's still available. And I actually last night started another one, although it's not a portrait this time it's a horse.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah, so using that technique, and then I'm going to, you know how I generally come in and kind of like take out some of the background. I'm going to give her or him some wings. He's going to be like a Pegasus.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, it looks like it. That's what I love about those backgrounds. They kind of give you an accidental, like, go here. You know what I mean? Like a magical, like, push in like what it could become. You can almost see, like, compositionally what you can do next by like those accidental marks, and you kind of have to like step past that, like, I'm scared to make these marks in the first place sort of deal. Like a lot of times, I see like flowers or florals and lots of, and then it's just playing and then perfecting and like moving different areas. And so that's what I love about that, like, paper stretching process, which I'm sure you love too. And then the pressure of not like effing up where the eyes are.
Honestly, I love like your technique because I don't care for like sitting there drawing for hours. Like I just want it in and then create like
the fun stuff.
Yeah.
It helps if you know like somewhat drawing techniques, which we go over in the like end portion, like you know, line sensitivity and stuff like that. Like it helps if you've been trained a little bit, but it's not necessary. I feel like this is an empowering start for people, like, to not be frustrated and then step away, which with their ever shrinking attention spans is a very nice way to learn to draw.
Yes, exactly. No, it's amazing. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very popular, like, the style and everything. So
yeah. So when did you shift to, like, you said you took a break because you were frustrated
before the Milans? So I was doing like dog paintings for people and like other animals, and I do animals now, but it was literally like I would start the painting and after like the first hour I was already over it, and it shouldn't be like that. and because, you know, like really detailed work, it takes hours and hours and hours, and it was just like like a little stroke, and like it was painful. But I was confused because I was like, oh, this is my passion, or it's supposed to be my passion, and I don't understand why I hate it. So.
I've gone through stages like that too, and I think do you still take custom orders?
Not really at the moment. I'm kind of just focusing on my thing.
So custom orders have a way of killing everything. So I loved my stage of burnout and intense custom orders because I learned so much from it.
Right.
First of all, I became very good at portraits, like really good. Like I can, so if I did get a custom order, like technically I could sit and be done in like either from 1 to 4 hours for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like without drying time, of course, you can step away. Like the quick, like for example, this only takes me like 45 minutes now, right? So sitting with Teddy on the front, so 45 distracted minutes by my children. So I can sit on the steps and like do a quick little like fun, which is right now in my life, like all that I can have time for. So when you do show up consistently in your practice and you do make time to learn like the basics or struggle through the stuff, you know, I think it's an important lesson because, well, with you learned what you really didn't like and you're no longer doing it. I learned that I do like that. I just need to increase the prices and take less orders and do some other things because I didn't like doing the same thing every single day. I like muraling, I like podcasting, I like having a community. You know what I mean? I think those seasons of struggle are integral to your growth as a creative person, human.
Yeah.
right?
I
And
mean,
yeah, and you get faster.
exactly. I feel like I am thankful that I started in hyperrealism, because now I have those skills to really take my artwork that I'm creating now to that next level. So without having, fine-tuned that detailed work, I don't know if my work would be as, I don't know, what's the, like, good.
Mature. Yeah,
Yeah.
mature. Like you can tell
Mm.
in your artwork that you have a great skill set. You have an awareness of what materials to use, and the paints are like nicer quality paints. Like you can tell when someone's work hasn't really used the greatest stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's dull and like it doesn't have that same, because when you go higher up, obviously in the price range of materials, your pigments get richer.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I once, like, it's not even super high quality. I'm not saying you have to like break the bank, but like a golden black, so golden the acrylic brand versus Liquitex like starter black, right? I did like a test on a wall, and I had to do 3 layers of the Liquitex. It was still like a dull, like dark gray, and I just did one brushstroke of. I did a whole mural using half a tube of.
That's amazing.
Golden Liquitex, or golden, sorry, Mars Black. A whole mural, or half a tube of paint, a whole like a 9 by 11 foot mural. It was a black and white mural, but
is it the flow, or is it like so you can use less and the richness and the pigment's still there? Is that what do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The flow is better, like, and you can mix mediums and water with it. If you mix mediums and water with the Liquitex beginner paint, you'd have absolute garbage. And then when you think about that, you lose time, right? So why not spend the extra $10 in that comparison? Like the bottle was 10 and then this one was 20, right? $10, and I would have had to coat that 2 or 3 more times. That would have taken me 1 or 2 more days on that mural. And I'm not doing admin, I'm not selling classes, I'm not getting on social media, I'm not watching my kids, I'm not like, time is so precious. So when you invest in the right materials, you're saving yourself so much.
Agree.
Agree. That was, and I say this all the time, that was one of my first financial goals, is I really hate cleaning. So as a stay-at-home parent, and a creative parent at home, making artwork to sell, in that season of lots of custom orders, so I would really need to be drawing as much as possible in my studio. That was my first goal, and was to pay for cleaners twice a week, or once every 2 weeks was my first. And then I was like, I think I can do once a week, because I have 3 kids now. And I should have done it way sooner, but and so now, like, and they're very messy. So I'm still doing dishes and cleaning stuff off the floor and stuff like crazy, but I'm not doing scrubbing sections and floors and bathrooms and toilets. 3 boys, toilets, pass. Yeah. So
that's good.
Yeah. I think little, like, and I had very terrible money mindset. So having that first like financial goal, like my business and my life is worthy of, having this, because to make more time to paint. I think that was a very good first like baby step into money mindset, and being like, I actually do need money for this practice to thrive and grow.
Yes. Yeah. It's a hard one. Like I feel like I have a bit of a block up, or some type of belief system that needs to change there, about like feeling comfortable to ask people for money for my artwork.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me more. Do you have a pricing system that you set per square inch?
Yeah, mostly, yeah, per square inch. And then sometimes it changes. Like if I'm using oils, it might go up a little bit, or it's, just with the quality of materials, I guess.
Yeah, and time.
Yeah,
Time.
yeah. But yeah, like I guess, I don't know, like I just feel like I have this kind of old thinking, like I don't have it, but it's subconsciously there maybe. That makes sense, about like creative work and it being like not in line with someone else's like just product selling business. Do you know what it's I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I just feel like, yeah, it's a block for me to openly sell, like this is my work, this is what it's worth, and you should buy it. Do you know?
Yeah. And I think you should. And I think the more that you do it, the kind of more you become, and you take those like brave steps, the more you will become numb to like having the price on there. Like say the price right away.
Yeah.
Like I remember I took a course and like a summer series course at Red Deer College. It's not called that anymore. They had this really amazing artist, and he teaches lots of courses, and he's successful gallery, but I know he makes money from being an educator, mostly bigger piece of his pie. Justin Ogilvy. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just taking a wild guess that that's how he keeps going.
Yeah.
But he was like, never put the price anywhere. And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
and I was like so confused. And now with what I know now, it's you put it up there. People who like it, people who don't, and they won't click on it. Big effing deal. And so you gain the people that you want and they'll support you. And not only that, but you're telling other creatives that it's okay for them to also charge for their worth, right? When you think about it that way, it's not just for you. That's for other creatives. And you're showing them that your time, your creativity, and your abilities and your materials, that is worth something. It's worth so much more than, it's worth so much. It's pure magic on canvas. So yeah, like it really is. It's like the soul captured. And if someone's connecting to it, they'll pay. So why mess around? Why not cut out the gray area crap and just put your prices there? This is what I charge. This is what it is. Take it or leave it, because those collectors and customers, and they have you ever had a customer be like, I'm on the fence with the price? Or some people do like say like, can I have a designer's discount or something? Like I've gotten really big orders, like $10,000 like custom orders, and they're like, do you have a designer's discount? And I say, I do have a designer's discount because it's a big order. But if someone said that on $100 piece, I'd be like, fuck no, don't message me back. I wouldn't. But, you know what I mean? And when you have a site or whatever, it kind of cuts the yahoos out a little bit more, and it's just there. And so, and I know you do a beautiful job packaging, and you, that is another thing too. Like, spend time and quality and writing a note and packaging it well and getting stickers and your branding and whatever, which I'm sure you learned through the Milan Institute. Did you? Yeah, that's what I love about their program is that I never learned anything like that in art school, which is hilarious.
I think you hit it when you said about it, its worth. And I think that that's kind of where it comes from. It's this building my confidence enough to know my worth, to know that my work's worth what it's worth. And to step into that a bit more. I think that's kind of where it stems from. But that just comes with time and confidence and painting more and being an artist, longer.
Yeah. You'll laugh. In like 2 years, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I felt that way. You know what helped? Was money mindset books. I love them because they're really not about money. They're about self-worth.
Yes. Yeah.
I mentioned this in the podcast last week. That's really, I recorded today. That yours will come out the week after. So today, but last week's podcast with Sky is like they self-worth, that like the energy you're putting out into the world. It's worth something. You're worth something. And it took me like it takes still every day, like positive self-talk.
Yes.
I read little bits and pieces. Like I pick my favorite books and I kind of just read little bits just as a reminder. When I'm in the car, I put the books on just as like a pick me up, or like a reminder that as a creative, I have this beautiful power and energy.
Yes.
And that was my first mantra. In Jen Sincero's, have you read any of Jen Sincero's books?
No.
Okay. Go for her books because she's so funny, and she's got You're a Badass at Making Money, like the Badass Daily Habits. In that Daily Habits book, it's a good book for like tools and creating those good habits, but she tells you to make a mantra. And my very first mantra, because I didn't sit in like charging for murals, like and the mural jobs and stuff weren't coming the way I kind of wanted them to, because I knew they were magic, but I hadn't really done any big ones to show people that they were magic. So no one was like catching on, and I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
And I just kept saying every day when I was running, when I was whatever, I said to myself, my creativity is worthy and powerful. And I would just like imagine the like energy bouncing around wherever it needed to go. And the night I listened to that, I had headed out in a snowstorm, which for you is unheard of. I headed out in a blizzard to return sheets randomly at like 8 p.m., which is probably not necessary, but I just felt this like pull to go out that night. So I popped Jen Sincero's audiobook, because I have 3 kids. Let's be serious. Reading is not right now for me. And so I had her audiobook in, and she had that mantra thing. And then that night, the woman, and it was during mask time, the woman was like sweeping the floor in HomeSense, and she kept looking at me and she's like, Brandy? I'm like, hey. She's like, I just have to say that mural you did. So I was like doing my mantra in the car. That mural you did, it makes me so happy every time I go past it. Thank you for doing that for our community. And I was like, magic.
Nice.
Yeah, because when you're in that space of like energy and gratitude, and it's not like some hippy dippy bullshit. Yes, it's real.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's real and it's crazy. And the more you start like linking up these things, the more you know that the wind has your back.
Yes. Yeah. When you said about, it's magic, and it's just like, I got tingles on my arm, because it really is. But it's just like this kind of like, you believe in that, and then there's this kind of left brain where it goes, oh, but it's a product and you got to sell it and people blah blah. And so it's kind of like this, this fight between the two. But yeah, I'm trying to get more on this side. But yeah, it is magical. It's amazing, and it makes me like teary, because it's a beautiful thing to be putting out into the world, and it is bloody worth it. So yes.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah. And the thing is, the payoff is worth all the hard parts.
Yeah.
It's all for a reason.
Yeah.
You need the hard parts to become stronger, and then move to the next thing, your purpose. Like you never know who you're gonna come across or impact, or what you're doing means to someone else in the world or creative community,
Yeah, like with when I started my art classes, before then I had this idea of what do I have to offer someone? I'm just, an artist. I'm not, massively, ahead of my career or anything like that, but I did it anyway. And the amount of people that have messaged me saying how much it's impacted their journey and how inspirational it is, like, that's so amazing. And it's such a, very empowering and beautiful thing to hear, that you actually are making a difference. Like, you really don't think you are, but you really are. And for the most part, you don't know about it, Yeah. I think that's really beautiful.
I know. And I always teach in my classes, like, to like, if you're feeling kind of down, like, go volunteer, or like go do, like, the energy you're putting out into the world means something. And when you give back, if you can't give money back or anything, give a little bit of your time. It is so cool. It feels so good. And you'll guarantee you'll, like, get more back from doing that, and or host a workshop, or like, so sometimes when I do that, or I do it all the time now because I run an art academy for kids. But, like, honestly, and the last week's podcast was a teacher, and she runs a videography program at the opposite school system, so she knows, and we were talking about it. Sometimes we just learn more from the kids. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because they're so dialed in. Like, we didn't have that amount of exposure. They'll be like, hey, we can do this, and I'll be like, let's do that. And feel so old. I didn't know about that one. Thank you.
Yeah, they're learning so fast, the little ones.
I know. Yeah, so I think the more you put yourself out there, it'll just come right back at you. And you just, you never know. But I love your posts are so gorgeous, and they're so sunny, and I think you're doing a great job with marketing. So keep going.
Thank you.
Oh, we're also going to talk about today the new affiliate program that I have. Yeah, that was the topic, I think.
I think it's, I love promoting the class, because I just feel like it's such a an easy and transferable method for everybody to do, and it's fast. Like you said, it makes everything a bit more speedier, which we all love. And I think I promote it to everybody, really. Like, I think it's great. And
so anyone who's taken a portrait class or any of our classes can be an affiliate and earn from that, which is great, because it's another way that I can support creatives. And I added too, if people what did I send to you? If you sell over 10 classes in 60 days, if you sell over 10 classes in 60 days, it ups your percentage from 30 to 40, which is great. So that class does so well because it was magic. I don't know if have you ever heard the story of how it started? No? Okay. So I developed that technique, obviously, through burnout and having to be super efficient. I'm like, how can I make this, like, super fast? And there's a way to do it with, like, if you can put pastel on the back, but I find it not to be as, like, defined and accurate. Like, the sketches we make with the process we teach in portrait class, you can be really finite, and it can just be a sketch, which I love. Like, it's a strong drawing, and then the oil, it doesn't spread or anything like that once it's dry, which is so amazing. As, like, I hate graphite, and if people could stop mixing it with their medias, that would make me the happiest. I know Prismacolor pencil crayons, someone messaged me, they're like, they're technically have graphite in them. I was like, I know, but they don't smudge. like they don't smudge when you, like, anyway, they don't smudge. Like, graphite, like, will gray out and ruin your whole everything. It's so annoying. And I hate when people start their transfer painting with a graphite transfer, like, on a canvas. I'm like, because there are magical paintings where you can stop at, like, this point and it's good. But if you start with mud,
Yeah.
It's not like, I like it to be magic almost the whole way through.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I had developed that, and I kind of like kept it a secret, like that, like kind of mindset where like, this is mine and I developed it, and like, but I was burnt out. So that was really silly way to go, or way to be like, I can't make all the paintings in the world. So my friend Kristen, who's a photographer and apparently long lost artist, she has 3 girls and a boy, and her girls are really creative. Her boy is creative too, but the girls like my portraits. So she's like, Ruby, for her 12th birthday, which I'm sure you saw when you registered, wants to draw with you for the day, and I'll pay you. And I was like, don't be silly, you're not paying me, because I love Kristen and she's amazing. I was like, you can do my photos or something, whatever. Because trading with creatives is the best, and supporting each other. And sorry, I'm just getting messages. Okay, so then that morning, something like pulled me to message Kristen, like, why don't you come, Kristen, and me and you and Ruby will hang out. And I was thinking, I was like, it will be less awkward for Ruby to hang out with me. Too. Like, it would actually, after like I spent time with Ruby, I was like, she would have been fine. But I was like, why don't you just come and we'll just spend the day in my studio? It'll be awesome. So I showed them the technique, and they used Kristen's photography, which everyone knows a strong photo makes a strong painting. Crappy photos make crappy paintings. Pretty easy. It's a good essential place to start. It's like really great, well lit photograph if you can. And so she had this gorgeous photo, and it's still in portrait class on like the examples of her daughter Lola with like flowers in her hair, and she was just like, oh. And so they started doing these drawings, and Ruby too, who was just turned 12. And then they finished them on the weekend because they were obsessed. They're like, we can't stop drawing. And they kept sending me progress shots, and I was like, holy shit. These are so good. I didn't know I could teach people. So that was like number one. I'm a teacher. Like I always, and I remember actually Andrew Salgado said, he's like, I don't want to, and such a stupid limiting belief. If I'm a teacher, no one will take me seriously as an artist. So letting go of that, letting go of keeping my technique to myself. I messaged Chris and I said, can you come back and we can capture everything we just did this weekend? So the weekend following. And she's like, I don't do videos. I was like, you do now.
I love it.
I was like, because I minored in film, but again, like 20 years ago, 2 decades ago. So it's changed, but I'm like, we can figure it out. And we did. And so from pure magic of me letting go of a whole bunch of limiting beliefs, dumb ones now, and like, it was just, and of course I add to the course every now and then new things, but like that essential, like I don't think I'll be able to substitute those videos, because that was like a magical moment between people. You know what I mean? And I don't want to change it because everyone loves it. So if anything, I would just add more good stuff. That's how I was born. It was born from growth and magic and collaboration, and accepting that when you collaborate and you let go of competition, great, amazing things happen.
I agree with that 100%. When you share and you give, more comes back to you 100%. And I mean, it's when you mentioned that there was an affiliate program, I was like, oh wow, it's such a cool opportunity for other artists, to to be able to earn more money, because in their pie and sharing. like sharing. It's very generous of you. So thank you.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm so glad you did those videos because it's been in the back of my like to do. Like I need to get the affiliate program growing more. And like I was just like, how? And then you made these videos, magic. And I was like, that's a perfect example of like how it should be. And I am for growth because I think creatives should have like 6 to 8 pieces of pie.
Yes, I'm learning that. Yeah.
Yeah, like like I teach it in my diversify your income course. And I'll send it to you. I don't know if I did already, but I will. I teamed up with my friend Shannon and we made it, and another creative who is an educator. And I think, yeah, we both have like 8 to 10 pieces and they kind of like change from year to year. So we included every pie piece, how much and how we did it. Because I think 4 years ago, I entered her mastermind group. And she was there when she said to me, when I made over 130 art pieces in 1 year, she said, Brandy, I'm so glad you have orders. Proud. Good for you. She's like, but you seem a little like, she's like, you seem a little like mad about it. And she's like, she didn't say it's not sustainable. She said, she asked me, is that sustainable? And I was just kind of like, shut up, Shannon. Like, I was like, why would she say that? And obviously now I know that it wasn't, because I burnt out like 2 months later. And it was 2 years of that, to be honest. And I'll tell you, I'll be really open with you. So making 130, not all commissions, but majority, I only made like $28,000, not net profits.
Right. Yeah.
So that, I think I netted 8. I think that was the year I netted $8,000. So it was actually my best year ever, because I think the year before that I made like, or 2 years before that I made minus 1,000.
Yeah.
So
this year, this last financial year is the first time I profited anything.
yeah. Yeah, right. So I'm like, I feel like, so in that group, and Shannon and I kept talking for years and years, and we were both like, I don't want to, like, now I wouldn't mind making I'll take a ton, but also my trade-off for time, like there is a limit on, I realize I can do actually whatever I choose to now in a certain way. Like I believe in that energy and ability to, manifest.
Yes.
But not if the trade-off is me running around more, like, and not being able to enjoy my everyday, which I talk about in my book a lot. But so now I am in the position of where I can say yes or no and pre-book a year in advance and still make the amount that I want, which is great. But like, so now I'm making more online education goals. So those are more passive things. So I can, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And of course, physical education, me teaching helps too. Where was I going? Okay. So yeah, Shannon and I said, like, we both were like, I'd like to make around, like, she's like, nothing crazy. And she's like, I want to make like 128,000 a year. And I was like, I want to make 132. And last year I did it. And because I just wanted to make a little bit more than my husband.
Yeah, I saw that on one of your posts. Yeah, good for you.
Just to prove, like, I could. I don't know. It was incentive. It was a little nice, friendly competition. Yeah, just a little bit. And he of course was supportive. So yeah, like who knows if I'll make that next year, but I'll probably get close with the goals I have. And but like creatives have to want more. for like the trade-off of their time.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about being creative is if you can just make up your own jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely with the pie thing, like I put it out there. So I've started my so I have my original paintings, my art classes. I'm starting a subscription, like a monthly subscription soon. But I also was putting out there, like, to the universe, kind of like, need a bit more pies going on to make this sustainable. And so I put it out there. I try not to like name where it's coming from, because that, you block the magic.
Yeah.
And so I put that, and that's when you messaged me about the affiliate thing, and I had never thought about that as being, a potential pie. So you were searching for ways of having it to do, and I was searching for other ways for my pies, and we came together.
So cool. Yeah, we did. And the cool thing about it is you were promoting my class anyway. So now you get to make money.
Oh, thank you. but I get to, I have another pie, and all I'm doing is creating what I love to create, and you've helped me do that. So I'm not like sacrificing time, like I'm still doing what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no more time spent, if that makes sense.
It's like a ManyChat click away.
Yeah.
With a link.
Yeah.
Easy. Or just saying, sorry, if people don't want to pay for ManyChat, like you can just say like comment here and you can message them by hand.
That's right? What I was going to say. I don't even know how to use that.
Okay.
Nanny chat. So I just do it, by hand, manually.
Yeah. So I could do it manually, but some of my posts take off a little bit. So then people make a comment and it will get lost. So then I do actually need it. And sometimes ManyChat just like does its own thing and like just randomly like on a new post, like just decides like, here's our feed portrait guide. Like my friend Randy got it the other day. I'm like, I don't know why this sent to you. But surprise. Sometimes it has a bit of a robot mind of its own, but for the most part it works. So it's nice like to have anywhere you can automate time. And honestly, I have like it's on my to-do list with many, many other things. It has so many more abilities that I need to tap into. So it's a cool thing to chat. It's an automation thing. So I've got to learn more about it. It's just winter. It's not summer here. Okay. It's winter for you, right? Yeah. So it's finally in like 25 to 30 degrees. So I'm going to be outside.
Yeah. Fair enough. Because that backyard looks amazing. It's like a little.
Thank you. I've worked really hard. I'm not even gonna lie. That was not without effort. I've been working for 13 years on my yard. And this year, I came off working in a community garden. So I like took a trick. You know what the trick is? It's those fake green grass rugs. It can make any space like feel all of a sudden really cool.
Yeah.
Just get yourself a green grass mat and you'll be fine. But you live in New Zealand, so everything is
I don't need a green grass mat.
you've got a jungle in your backyard. It's nice. Gorgeous there. One of my mastermind friends was in New Zealand and she'd always like point her computer out and we're like, like that.
It's dreary today, but yeah.
Well, it's not minus 47 degrees Celsius and blizzarding, so you'll never beat me.
That would be nice for a day or two, like the difference.
Okay, you have an official invitation to come ice skating and tobogganing and sledding.
That looks so fun.
In winter in Canada. It's fun for like a minute.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. And then it's like 6 to 8 months long. So.
Yeah.
But I have 3 kids, so they keep me pretty active in like, yeah. And then when I get older, I'll just have to find a beach. I'll come visit you.
Yeah.
We'll host New Zealand a residency or workshops or retreats. That's what they're called, retreats.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so far though.
It is.
It's so far. I flew to Thailand once and I was just like, I'll never do this again.
With kids, was it?
No, it was a long time ago. I was in 2009. I was young and traveling before kids.
Yeah.
And it was before like any lap technology, unfortunately. So it was like 11 hours of pure torture. They played Iron Man once. And then I was just trapped on this airplane. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Yeah. So
as well, that's another level. So
if I came, I would split it up somehow.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm going to Europe, then I'm traveling. I clearly don't have a map of the world that I'll travel down and around. Europe's got to be closer than where I am. I think I have to fly out. It would be opposite way. I would fly out. Like if I fly out, I have to fly to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Or over Hawaii to Vancouver to the other side of somewhere.
I'm no better at
geography.
Yeah.
You're like far and down. Like
you're like up somewhere.
Yeah.
Up there somewhere.
All I know is it's not fun. But wait, maybe one day. Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for coming on. I'll stop the recording. I'll probably start. Where can everyone find you?
You can. I have a website, so Carina Johanna art.co.nz, and on socials as well, Carina Johanna.art on Instagram and Facebook.
Great. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Please know that you can always reach out at Brandy Hofer Studios on Instagram anytime, and be sure to check us out on YouTube at Brandy Hofer Studios Color Me Happy, where we are now pouring a lot of free tips and a lot of fun information and every one of our podcasts on there. We also have our book, Color Me Happy, See Your Everyday Ordinary as Extraordinary, and our Color Me Happy community on Facebook, which is free to join, where we uplift members and we do member features as well as features our members on our Color Me Happy podcast. We can't wait to hear from you. Please share everything you're working on and feel free to post in our Color Me Happy community any of your process shots or any questions you have for the group. We're happy to answer them in there as well. And we thank you so much for your time today. We sure do appreciate it. And have the most beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. If you're looking for some time for yourself to relax, release, and unwind, Oasis has the perfect space for you. They offer yoga and spin classes of all levels. Whether you are a beginner or advanced student, Oasis thrives on accommodating all aspects of the practice. Let their serene environment and gracious staff help you in your journey of peace, healing, and strength. Sign up online at www.oasishotyogastudio.com or by downloading the Oasis Hot Yoga Studio app. Feel like yourself. You deserve it. Hello, thank you so much for being a longtime listener or a new listener of Color Me Happy podcast. We appreciate you so much. You can reach out anytime. Like I said, these are our community partners. So they help us grow as a business and a platform, and they support us in our community and beyond, and they help us work towards our vision of a better community. And so thank you for serving us and being our partners. We'd like to thank Red Bicycle Communications, Oasis Hot Yoga and Spin Studio, Brixton Shoes, and the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation. they are wonderful partners and they believe in this vision for community as we do. So again, forever grateful for you and forever grateful for them. If you'd like to become a partner, feel free to reach out anytime. My email is art@brandyhofer.ca. Thank you once again.